Hi, my name is Sung Kim, and this is the final presentation for the International Business course. The country that I'm presenting is China. The purpose of this presentation is to clarify our understanding about China, to improve our ability to do business with China. This will be an executive summary of the longer presentation, and much of the information I'll be sharing come from CIA.org and the course material, as well as the personal experience. And I'll be following this outline here. There are a few basic aspects for us to be aware of, and that is China's historical civilization dates all the way back from about 1200 BC. That's a staggering difference compared to the United States. And this means that tradition is very important for China. China is an American word, but the actual name of China is Zhonggu, which means central nation. You can see how they see themselves in the world. Geographic size is almost the same as the United States, slightly smaller, but it ranks number one in population with the 1.4 billion. Two key aspects about the culture is, in terms of the culture, three things. Form of the government is Communist Party-led state. Don't ever forget this. It's difficult for us to understand communism because we live in a constitutional federal republic. While the U.S. religion is predominantly Christian and there is a significant religiosity in this country, there is no significant religious group in China. The largest group is Buddhist, but it's only 18%. The largest group is the unaffiliated, which is 52%. And when we look at Hofstede's cultural dimensions, you can see that 4 out of 6 is almost the opposite in terms of the individualism, power distance, long-term orientation, and indulgence, which will have a lot of implication on how we do our business. Economic system is dramatic and significant because their economic growth has been rather recent. Since late 70s, China moved from a closed, centrally planned system to a more market-oriented one, including the development of the stock market and modern banking system. And China became the fastest growing economies in the world, surpassing the US in 2014 and became the largest economy in the world in 2017, exporting 2.5 trillion and importing 2.1 trillion. The US is the opposite. But Chinese economic system has some challenges, such as reducing the high domestic savings rate and correspondingly low domestic household consumption. Also, facilitating higher wage job opportunities for the aspiring middle class. One of the challenges of doing business with China rather recently, with the rise of tariff war with the Trump administration, is the sticking point of the ethics. Understandably, Americans, like any other countries, expect and demand other countries to adhere to their own ethics. Uh, but ethics as a branch of philosophy is a social construct, and as such, depends on a society. I think it's important for us to consider that while ethical differences are important to understand, it is not necessary to have identical ethical profiles in order to do business together. Case in point is how the US did business with Japanese for human experience during World War II. As I mentioned from the beginning, China is very large in territory and has a lot of population. It has a lot of opportunities for cheap labor, different sources, and volume. So if we can understand their business practices, I think we have a lot to gain.